Shalom, Yashrala. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into a couple little different things here, all touching on the same base. All right. So as you know, I'm working on my third channel right now. All right. First channel got a strike on it, which is my last strike I can pretty much get. All right. And now they've been bombarding that same channel with basically strikes as well. But but how they're doing it is they're striking down a lot of my really old videos, and they're saying, oh, these things happen before the guidelines, so we're just going to take down the video. All right. So right when I'm thinking about to, get clear to go back onto that main channel, all right, they hit me with another so-called strike. All right. So I can't upload. Same, same with the second channel, right? So I'm on the verge of losing both my first and my second channel, right? But nevertheless, my third channel, they hit me with medical misinformation as well on that as well too. All right, and we're very careful about how we do these videos on certain things, because we understand how how they move and how they react to certain things. This is why you hear us saying terms like the jab, the pandemic, things like that, instead of using these other words and terms. All right. But I'm going to read this here article here in a second, but I'm going to also let this here video play because it's some new stuff, Apostle Tahar is talking about the word mark. But nevertheless, never mind. But nevertheless, going into this here video, we know what was coming down the pipeline, all right? You got articles coming out about how they're trying to pay people $1 million or putting you into a lottery for $1 million if you go and participate into their little in their programs, right? How they have all kind of different things. You can win money, you can win this, you can win that, get discounted this and get discounted that, or the opposite. You may have to pay $1,000 to go to a concert if you don't participate in this little concoction, more or less to say, right? You all know what we're talking about, all right? But nevertheless, I'm gonna let this here video play from Apostle Tahar real quick.
Anymore, you'll get a strike against you for medical.
And what he was saying is you can't use the word MARK anymore, right? Like the MOB.
Misinformation. Here's what I got. And they said that I went against the WHO and the CDC, and they mentioned using the term COVID-19. So in my appeal, I said, at what part of this video did I use the words or term COVID-19, which I didn't. Now, if you watch the video, there was an interview with Tariq Nasheed, and he was talking about transhumanism and chips, and they're going to put chips in you. And I said, well, does he know that that's the fulfillment of Revelation, the 13th chapter? And you can start the 15th verse and actually read down to the 18th verse. So I made no statements concerning the COVID or anything like that, and they took it down. So, they're letting you know that the next step is the actual mark, which is the fulfillment of Revelation, the 13th chapter. So now you even got to be careful when you go to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.
Right, so you hear Apostle Tahar's video about, his latest strike, all right? So, it's no coincidence that we keep getting all these strikes on our channels and everything like that, and why they keep trying to silence us. You got to think about the scenario that's at play. They're willing to pay people up to $1 million to participate in this, and all we telling people about is, look, man, this is what the Lord says, right? And then all of a sudden, as time goes by, you actually start seeing the things that we've been saying come to pass, right? So if they're willing to give you $1 million, or you could potentially win $1 million if you participate into that. But then if we speak on these things, you want to silence us and shut it down. Maybe there's something out there for you to hide or something like that. You know, it's like, yo, you can't look into these things. You can't ask any questions about these things. And if you do, they want to silence you, right? Here's a little bit of this article. It says, an algorithm we trust, Twitter draws criticism over potential new misinformation warning system. Twitter is experimenting with a new system that will flag messages it deems problematic, even if not factually incorrect, right? So you could be speaking correctly, but then they're trying to silence that, right? Sparking concerns that the platform is taking content screening too far. Tech blogger Jane, we'll call her Jane Wong, who is known for reverse engineering apps to find hidden features, revealed on Monday that she had come across a tiered warning label system that Twitter is toying with, apparently in an effort to expand its crackdown on misinformation. According to Wong, Twitter could potentially place problematic material into three categories: get the latest, stay informed, and misleading. The new system appeared to take a nuisance approach to fact-checking, employing labels on content that may not be wrong, but in Twitter's opinion requires more context. So look, as clear as day what's going on here. It's not necessarily that what they're saying is wrong, all right, but it's like they want to try to steer you away from certain things so that you get the narrative that they want you to get, because the cat is out the bag. Too many people, the cat's been out the bag. We've been saying these things way before all this stuff even started happening. But the fact of the matter that the prophecies are speaking now loud and clear, all right, now it's time for them to try to push out their system. All right, now it's becoming a problem. All right, because when we was talking about these things, like let's say for instance chariots, years ago, it wasn't a problem. But now that you're seeing them on the mainstream news, now it's a major problem. We was talking about this MOB for a long time. That's one of the problems with us. Everybody should say, y'all always talking about that chip. Y'all always talking about the MOB, this and that. But now it's starting to play out. Now they're trying to silence us over these things, right? So it says, as an example, how the labels might. Let me just read the tweets real quick, and you can see. All right, you can see it here. So she wrote, snorted 60 grams of dihydrogen monoxide, and I'm feeling so well right now. And there's a little flag up that says, get the latest, get information about water. She wrote, in 12 hours, darkness will ascend into parts of the world. Stay tuned. So it says, stay informed, learn more about concepts of time zones. The last one says, we eat, turtles eat, therefore we are turtles. And it says misleading, right? Now, obviously, she put all these things out for a test or whatever, but who cares about what she's saying and whether she's telling the truth or whether she's lying? We all know that there's lies all over the internet, left and right, left and right. Matter of fact, you can go in the grocery store. I can't really speak for this, but I know when I was a kid, every grocery store you went into, every aisle, when you go to cash out, they got these things called tabloids. Half boy, half shark. Shark man came back. All kind of crazy stuff going on and so on and so forth, man. And this is in the grocery store aisle. Why don't they stop these things called tabloids and stuff like that, man? All right, they have all kind of different things. What is it called? I think it's the Onion News Network, where it's like satire, it's all jokes. It's not even real. They don't stop them from speaking and stuff like that, man. All right. You have all these rappers out here talking about how many bodies they didn't caught. Future talking about all these drugs, and what's his name? Yo Gotti talking about all these drugs he doing, but then apparently from their own mouth, they don't even do drugs. So you over here misleading and misforming people, but they pay and they promote those types of messages to our people when it's coming to destroy them. But when it's coming to actually inform our people about things that they don't want them to gain that knowledge on, oh, it's a problem. Let me jump down. What's it at? Hang on. Slovakia. There's another paragraph I want to read in here. Okay, here it is right here. Yeah, that's it right there. So it says, let me read this. It says, well, I can read that one. It says, other commenters wondered how such a system would work in instance where the author is clearly joking or being sarcastic. They're going to let that go because they know if they're trying to mislead the people, you know what I mean? Now they let that go. Like I just gave the example of these rappers and, people, the Onion News Network and stuff. It says the potential to abuse labels to crack down on undesirable speech should also not be overlooked, noted one reply, arguing that the initiative was just another step into deep censorship, right? It says, a similar critical comment said that Twitter was trying to play God by deciding what's true and what's not. And ultimately, they just want to let the lies go forth, right? Or, yeah, they pretty much want to cover up the truth, right? Like other social media platforms, Twitter has taken aggressive steps to flag or weed out content that it considers harmful or misleading. Now, they spread all these things about, oh, Columbus discovered America, all kind of crazy things, man. All right, oh, this is how these things go. Their whole medical situation they got going on, and how good and how safe this is and how it's going to stop these things. But then when they come back out, like, well, just because you got this don't mean you can walk around without no mask on, or that you can't still catch this situation. Like, well, y'all just had this whole campaign telling us how this was to fix, to fix everything. But then now all of a sudden, now that I got the situation, I'm still in danger, just like the person who didn't get it. I was being misled. But no, they let those people keep speaking, right? It says, most of the initiatives stemmed from allegations that social media was being manipulated to influence the 2020 U.S. presidential contest. However, actions have also been taken to identify and remove hate speech and alleged misinformation about the pandemic, right? But again, you can sit there and watch all kind of music videos about shooting a nigga, killing a nigga, doing all kind of crazy shit. Yeah, fuck that nigga. We gonna kill that nigga. We gonna ride on the enemy. Smoke them niggas. Smoke the whole block. Fuck the ops. And you can listen to that all day long. They promote that. They have commercials on that type of stuff. They sponsor those types of things. But when it's coming time to us telling you the truth about these things, oh, that's hate speech. Telling you about the history of between Jacob and Esau, real history that really happened, the things that they did. Oh, that's hate speech. But then Jake can get on the little videos and hash it out with their ops. Oh yeah, we rolled up on the ops right now. Drop the location. Oh, bitch ass nigga, we rolling up on you. They can do that all day. All right. It says, but Twitter's algorithms are far from omnipotent. The company recently faced criticism after a deleted post mentioning the planned eviction of Palestinian families from East Jerusalem, an error that Twitter blamed on its automated system. A similar use occurred on Instagram. But ultimately, like I said, man, they're trying to silence the men of the Lord. All right, for this here purpose of this truth going out. All right, it's not gonna be a very long video, but hey, we know that this is what's coming to pass. All right. This is Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh. All right. So ultimately, this truth is going out for a time. All right. This is Psalms 19, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is going out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, and in them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. So ultimately, going into this is the internet. This is being set up. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork, because up in the heavens, in the sky, is where the satellites are. All right, I'm gonna take this video, upload it up through the satellites, and it's gonna come back down. When you watch it on YouTube, you're gonna receive that signal from the satellites from heaven, so you can get this here truth raining down on you from the heavens, right? Day unto day utter a speech, night unto night show of knowledge. You go into your YouTube stream and all you see is the brothers uploading videos 24 hours a day, right? There's no speech nor language where their voice is not heard, because hey, anybody from around the world can watch YouTube or see these videos around the whole world, right? All right, and this is being used. This word is being pushed out through. This here word is being pushed out through. How do I say? The internet, right? And now what you see in them starting to do is censor the words coming from, certain people's words coming off the internet on certain topics, right? It says, behold, the days come, saith Amos 8 and 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor of thirst, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And we're seeing right now with these internet platforms that they're starting to censor a lot of the truth that's coming out, right? It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. All right, so going into that, you have, our people should seek the Lord early while they can. All right, don't take this here for granted, because sooner or later, you start looking for, your favorite teacher channel and looking for their videos, and all of a sudden you can't find them, or they ain't, you see their page, like my main page, ain't uploaded in a while. People think you fell off, quit, or whatever, whatnot, not knowing that you're on a whole other page or whatever, because they're trying to censor you, they're trying to shut down your channels and everything like that. Now you have to try to find it again. All right, so don't take these here videos for granted. You see what's going on right now, man. All right, they're shutting down all our channels, striking up all our channels. We got to keep making new and new channels, man. All right, so hey, we know what time it is, man. All right, these, how do I say, these prophecies are speaking, but also we're getting to the end prophecies of the mark of the beast, all right, or the MOB. All right, so we're getting to this here point now to where Esau has to pretty much silence everything before how do I say, he can so-called enact his new world order system, because a lot of people are waking up right now, man. All right, but ultimately we know that the Lord, this is all a part of the Lord plan. All right, how we have the famine of the word, and Esau censoring us and everything like that, and making all these words problematic or misinformation or hate speech and everything like that, man. All right, we already know what it is, so we don't take no real offense to that. We just giving you warning about, hey man, seek the Lord early why he may be found, because look, all the signs are pointing to all this about to start going away. All right, and then you're gonna enter into Jacob's trouble, and you don't want to be in that point in time like, what do we do? What do we do? You don't want to be like that one Jake when the UFO appeared, talking about call the police. They need to be shooting at that. See, that's what it's gonna be like when they're gonna be wandering from sea to sea looking for this here truth, man. Oh, shoot at the UFO! Shoot at the UFO! Lo and behold, the UFO was, not to say this was really gonna happen, but the UFO was considering coming and picking you up, even though that would be a 230 wasn't considering. But let's just say, like, damn, actually, we came around the corner to come pick you up. You know what I'm saying? But you want to start shooting at us? All right, we out. If you would have had that information, you would have been receiving. But ultimately, like I said, this is all of the will of the Most High, man. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out with that. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that will. And citation, much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth, and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Till next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.